So just in regards to the last headline that we had posted out from Israel's Channel 12 News, citing Iranian source Al Mayadeen, that Iran has rejected the latest US offer to open up the Strait of Hormuz until the complete end of the war. There was some comments in the morning on Telegram, nothing about saying that they rejected the offers for opening up the Strait of Hormuz or negotiations. You had the spokesman for Foreign Affairs said that Trump's claim about negotiations starting today, that Iraqis are leaving for his pilgrimage to Arbaeen, and the rest of the negotiating team members are in Iran. So no confirmation from the Iranian side in the morning from Telegram in regards to these latest headlines that we see. And nothing from the Iranians at the moment, by the way, from their Telegram channels in regards to these headlines as of now. Fars News, citing Pakistani officials, says while Trump claimed that negotiations with Iran will begin today, Pakistani officials stated that no specific date or location has yet been finalized for direct discussions between Iran and the US. So reminder, just keep an eye on Amazon shares jumping 4.6% to surpass $3 trillion in market value. So going back to the other Iranian headlines, you had in regards to the Pakistani government sources from AA that said that no date of any has yet been finalized for resumption of long-stalled direct talks between the US and Iran. Now it's being cited by Iranian Fars news agency here. Seeing shares of Visa rising 1% as companies to buy a catch for $2.4 billion. eBay shares down 3.5% after Wells Fargo cuts to underweight from equal weight.
Like those little small micro little things right there.
Minutes ago now to get the S&P manufacturing PMI final for the US, forecast 53.8, unchanged from the prior, with a range of 54.4 to 53.7.
Just wish I can trust. It'd be nice if I can just trust some of these moves. Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. Oh my god. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even know that it ran a liquidity underneath that range right there. Yeah, that seems like that's the if it's not for the ES, it's
UBS
definitely for the
cuts
Nasdaq.
target price of Citi to $142 from $150.
Mm.
Five minutes ago now we get the US S&P manufacturing PMI final forecast 53.8
Shit.
unchanged from the prior. 1 minute to go now. Ten seconds. $53.9, 53.9, higher than forecast of 53.8.
Hey, what's up, Z? Damn.
We have posted out the US S&P manufacturing PMI July report on the feed for you to read through. Microsoft rises 5.6%, up more than 25% over 3 days. US stocks extending gains. Nasdaq up 1.01%.
Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Also seeing here JP Morgan Chase doubling down.
All right, I just logged
housing,
in my
aiming to
top
deploy
step payout.
$750 billion
All right, so
through
now
2035.
I just
up
logged
by
that
more
in.
than $200 billion through its American Dream initiative.
With this ES trade, and it looks like this is another top step payout that's going to pay for a platform. So it's going to pay for this ATOS platform. So that means I can double dip. Top step pay for the top step pay for the platform. The platform I can write off on my taxes. So top step pay for the platform. I can write this shit off on my taxes. Double dip. All right, so I was about to say, what the hell is going on?
10 minutes ago now, we get the ISM manufacturing PMI data for July. Forecast 53.9, prior 53.3, with the range 57 to 52.5. ISM manufacturing prices paid, forecast 71, prior 73. The employment index, let's see here, according to Interfax, Russian Defense Ministry says Russian forces hit 2 more vessels in the Black Sea. Let's go back to the employment index forecast for the ISM manufacturing. Forecast is 50, prior 49.7. US construction spending month to month forecasts 0.2%, price 0.1%, and US ISM manufacturing new orders in index forecast 56.7, prior 56.
Is that an iceberg or something?
Trump says on Truth Social that oil firms get your prices down.
Iceberg tracker. Dom strength.
So specifically, he says for other oil companies as well, including Chevron, get your consumer retail oil prices down now.
Looks like I could have stayed in that long, but I just wanted to lock the payout in. I want to lock that payout in, so you know, the last day is always crucial, man. The last day is always crucial because you want to go for the big move, you want to, but then when the market is acting like this, it's definitely difficult to do so. Damn, look at that move, man. That move. That freaking move, man. You know what? Let me see.
5 minutes ago now to get the US ISM manufacturing PMI forecast 53.9, prior 53.3. ISM manufacturing prices paid forecast 71, prior 73. Employment index forecast 50, prior 49.7. Construction spending month to month forecast 0.2%, prior 0.1%. And new orders index for the ISM manufacturing forecast 56.7, price 56.
Damn, dude. My God. Oh, I should have stayed in that long. Oh my God, man. I should have stayed in my long with the Nasdaq or with the ES. Oh, that always sucks. That always sucks. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of get in at 545 here on the Nasdaq. Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, you can kiss your friend if you want.
You mean what I'm trying to do?
All right. Yeah. So hold on. Did this thing tap me? All right. I'm gonna probably shoot for 47. Maybe like this range right here. You know what? I'm gonna shoot for the OR pie here, or not the OR pie, the initial balance high here. I'm gonna shoot for the initial balance high. I'm in at 540. Am I stopping? Probably like a $270 stop. All right, that should be good. All right, let's see if we can get some follow through, some continuation here. Yeah, I don't think if anybody's looking to fade this move, I don't believe that this is a move that you should fade. The market is obviously super bullish for whatever reason. So
1 minute ago now to get the ISM manufacturing PMI.
all right. So we have the algo at 9, and we also have news at 9. So, and like I said, I'm gonna shoot for the initial balance high, Friday's initial balance high. And we'll see what we get here.
Ten seconds.
You know, something very interesting happened last night with the Nasdaq and the ES. for the first time.
55.5, 55.6, 55.6, high in the forecast of 53.9. Prices paid 71.1, 71.1, high in the forecast of 71. New orders 56.7 as expected. Employment 52.8, 52.8, high in the forecast of 50. Construction spending month to month minus 0.1%, lower than the forecast of 0.2%.
Okay. I mean, the ES actually hit a spot. The ES hit a spot that potentially could make the Nasdaq respond to it. $558. Okay.
We have posted out the ISM manufacturing report on the feed for you to read through.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't even do that. Especially when you got the range like that, so that would have been wrong. I mean, technically, that still would be wrong. Yep, that's exactly right, Rug Kit. World peace. I was up $500. I didn't know that. Oh shit, I didn't even realize I was up $500. I didn't realize that. You know what? All my indicators, game weight, are saying that we about to go higher, bro. We about to go higher. ES is going crazy right now. Let me show y'all guys what I'm looking at right now. ES going crazy. ES ain't going down no time soon. I mean, you got all that. You got all this bullish displacement to the upside. The next level is all the way up here at 7,600, and I think that's where the market is trying to go. Yeah, so that's the biggest level right now, and this is real-time data. This is where people have a majority of their orders, and you can see like right here, like as an example, if you bought the ES right there, shit, you got like a 72. Shit, that was all the shit. That's more than 10, 12 points on the ES right there. Yeah. The order flow don't lie, gain weight. It don't lie, gain weight. The bears tried to short this thing and they failed. You can see all that bullish volume right there. Now, I sound confident what I'm talking about, but like I said, I was in the trenches all weekend looking at this stuff, and I still have a lot to learn. You can see like that little rectangle right there, that red rectangle. That was the bears trying to short this shit, and they got their stops ran. They ran about 239 orders to the upside here. So if you're going, I would target 7,600 or probably front run it a little bit, because like I said, this is where all the orders are right now. Oh, you'll take your chances? Okay. Hey, I guess the market would just thank you for the liquidity, I guess, because we're not bullish or we're not bearish right now. But I understand why you're bearish. I understand. Because, I mean, I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now, and I probably should have taken profits right there at 618. I probably should have taken it. But even if I get stopped out, that doesn't mean that I think the market is going to reverse. It's going to reject, obviously, but this shit ain't going to reverse. I don't think so. Shit, I'm trading Nasdaq right now, and ES going crazy right now. ES is just going straight crazy right now. The sellers are getting just destroyed right now. Destroyed. Look at this in the ES, man. These sellers are trying and they're failing. Look at that red candle. They are failing. So I'm going to assume, I mean, the only thing that's going to stop this momentum is if Trump comes out and says something, but honestly, I don't know what the heck this is yet. I don't know what this means. I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that means, but it looks like it's bullish. You can see all the bears getting trapped underneath the 21 EMA. And man, I wish I took this thing, man. I wasn't really paying. I was kind of looking at the candle, and I wasn't necessarily looking at the chart. And they got trapped underneath the 21 EMA. And if I look at TradingView, right there, this is where they got this. Well, this is the Nasdaq. The same thing happened on the Nasdaq too, though. It swept that pre-market range. It swept the pre-market range. So 314. Damn, that was a 70-point sweep on the Nasdaq, man. You got a shit Nasdaq. This is why I'll trade the Nasdaq for entertainment purposes. But man, I'm gonna stick to the ES. But here, this is that same candle right there. The bears got trapped underneath it, and look at what happened. We're just seeing that market run. So I don't know, gain weight. I mean, it's your account, but I wouldn't stay short. I wouldn't stay short because it doesn't even suggest. There's nothing. Let's actually look at M&Q real quick. Let's look at M&Q. I'm gonna have to make his own chart though. U6. Yeah, okay. These damn candles, man. Okay. So yeah, that's that same liquidity sweep, that run right there. Yeah, gain weight. I don't know, man.
According to marine traffic data on X, they say data shows 39 combined crossings through the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb on 2nd of August, as traffic patterns across the two corridors continues to diverge.
Like, where the hell is that at? All right, so it looks like the biggest level.
Also seeing U.S. stock indexes gaining, S&P 500 up
649. I mean, well, I doubt that. Right now, the biggest level right now is 673. I can see that.
They break it down a bit more. They say Strait of Hormuz recorded 9 transits compared to 23 on the 31st of July and 11 on August 1st. 5 vessels exited the Middle East Gulf and 4 entered. The 7 used the Iranian unilateral scheme, while 2 routes were undetermined and none used the Hormuz traffic separation scheme. Bab el-Mandeb recorded 30 crossings, down from 41 on the 31st of July and 37 on August 1st. So they also say that 20 vessels exited the Red Sea and 10 entered. 1 dark transit, 2 sanctioned crossings, and 3 shadow fleet crossings were recorded. Again, that's according to marine traffic data on X.
Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Probably need like a bigger screen for this, man. You know what? You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized on the M&Q? Look who, just like Z last night said, look who I'm fucking again. She had attitude in the summer, now she being nice again. I just realized gain weight. I just realized this. You got trend line liquidity right here. This thing can run. Just realized it. I just saw that. So this thing broke the trend line, so that's definitely not going to be bearish. No, actually, I don't believe gain weight. I actually, let me take that back. I don't believe gain weight. He's short. I mean, he's long. Gainway is a very experienced, very profitable trader. There's no way that he's short right now, so I don't believe him. He's trolling. You almost got me there, Gainway. You almost got me. You know, actually, you had me there for a minute, but I was like, nah. Gainway is long. All right.
seeing Meta rising 6.1%, Microsoft jumping 4.7%, and Amazon gaining 4.6%. So shares of US hyperscalers climbing.
Sir Gainus Waitus. Sir Gainus Waitus. You know what? You know what I'm sick and tired of? I'm sick and tired of profitable traders
Alphabet rising 3.7%, Oracle up 4.6%.
I'm sick and tired of profitable. I trade my personal account traders trying to attack retail in our lines. You get tired of that. Our lines work. Damn it. They work. Our lines work. Our ICT concepts work. Our fair value gaps work. Our support and resistance lines, they work. In shortness. Shit, this is the Nasdaq we're talking about. This is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq ain't short. Shit, hold on. He's getting in the way of trading.
S&P 500 rises 1% to the highest since July 16th.
All right. All right. So after the stream, I'll pay for the platform. Well, I guess after the stream, I'll pay for the platform. I forgot to pay my rent too. I forgot about that shit too. All right, so I think this is what I'm gonna start doing, because right now I'm up about 100 points. I didn't even realize that. Well, not 100 points, but 60, 70 points. That's $500 right there. I mean, we're coming up to that 7,600 level on the ES. We'll see if the market breaks through that. Oh, we got an iceberg. We got an iceberg at 795. So yeah, okay. All right, so we got an iceberg at 795. You know, Gameway, you might be right, because they're already starting to sell on the ES. They're already starting to sell on the ES. Got iceberg orders. Actually, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So they already started an iceberg right here at a sell iceberg at 75 or 75.95. The biggest order right now is at 7,600. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we always appreciate Gameway. Gainus, Sir Gainus Wait. Yeah, Kit. Yeah, real kid. Honestly, I should have stayed in my long, man. I took a small target, man. I took a small profit target. And that's what I'm talking about. Them last days, it's just tough to stay in a trade after you get the minimum requirement. I just wanted to get in and get out, lock in the payout so I can pay for this platform at least. But I'm not regretting it, but kind of am regretting it. Should have stayed in it. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to just set up the chart for the Nasdaq. I mean, the Nasdaq is just so all over the place. It's honestly, in my opinion, I feel like at least for footprint charts with the Nasdaq, it's either hit or miss. Honestly, in my opinion, it's hit or miss. It's better that I feel like it's better to trade the Nasdaq. Like not trying to trade it as is going higher. I mean, you can get into a trade like we did here. You can get to this trade, but it's such a dangerous trade to get into because you just don't ever know. And then with the Nasdaq, you just don't ever know. I think we take out Friday's highs. I think we take out Friday's highs. I think we take out the initial balance. All right, let me actually look at this. Yeah, okay, that's how I play this. I'll play it like that. We're up $600 on 3 micro contracts, guys. We're up $600 on 3 micro contracts, only risking $168. That is insane. This is why I hate the fact that Nasdaq is so crazy. I hate that. We're only risking we're definitely above a 3R. This is almost like a 4 or 5R right now. Okay. Look who I'm for. You targeting 763? I mean, that's a good one. But even if, damn, it still was too much. That still was too much. Man, that's still too much. Please, MNQ, please. I need you to hit TP so I could pay rent this month, please. And you said that 763 relatively equal highs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would definitely front run that though, but yeah, I definitely agree. Because that was we haven't swept the highs of that pre-market range. So yeah, that's it. I think that's a good target. I don't think it goes higher than this unless, well, this is a news push. So let me take that back. This is definitely a news push. This is a news push. America.
According to the information, the White House is to host AI companies on Tuesday to review framework.
Oh. America. All right. So we're almost there to TP.
Nasdaq 100 gaining 1%, Russell 2000 rising 1.5%. So Trump administration, according to the information, invited staffers from major tech companies including OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic to the White House on Tuesday.
Okay. All right, man. Let's see if we can get a push above that.
Tasnim News, citing a response to a question about Switzerland, says that Switzerland says that they're in contact with Iran and the US regarding potential negotiations.
Too many of them. Too many of them. Too many of them. I'm not saying it in a negative way. They're using the universe to misinterpret what I just meant. What I meant by that. All right, we got 1 more minute into the new initial balance forms. We got 1 more minute. This should be a small initial balance though. It's basically the entire session's range. Basically. I mean, unless we get a pop up and it breaks this high, it'll be the session range in the next 30 seconds. All right, looks like all right, so that's our new initial balance. It's basically the sessions range. So we'll see if we can still push past this. But like I said, they already started to sell in the ES. There's already iceberg orders at the area that I was looking at, 7,600 at they started selling at 595. So excuse me, just be mindful of that. You know, ever since I started trading the NQ, I stay up until like 12, 1 o'clock at night now. I don't understand that. I used to be in bed at like 9, 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest. Now I don't go to bed until like 11 or 12, depending on the day. Depending on, see what we get off the stream around like 10:30. Gotta get things ready for tomorrow, and then I look up and it's like 11:30, 12. All right, Nasdaq. You know, honestly, with this risk to reward, trading 3 micros.
Quantum White House official, US has finalized details of advanced AI model tests.
With this amount of risk to reward, because this is what I used to do with the with silver. I used to have a $270 stop, looking for $720, and that's what kept my my account going. Playing it like that. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck this is on. That shit don't work. It works better on the ES. All right. So we reached 70. Oh, we missed 7,600 by a point, of course. So we had a buy stop run. All right, looks like there's, oh wow. So it looks like and then we have another iceberg. Let me just show it to y'all guys. So
CAC 14 index rising 1.6% to the first intraday record since February 26th.
So they're already beginning to sell in the ES. We reached that level at 7,600. They got an iceberg ordered here. They got another iceberg order there. So it looks like we could see a pullback. We could see a pullback. The 21 EMA is all the way at 580. Looks like we do have some liquidity building up at 580 as well. So it looks like people are ready for that. I think this is, you know what? I like how they handled their iceberg indicator. I like how it's just a line on the chart. Mm. Okay. Did we get a profit target yet? Not yet. I mean, I don't necessarily have to. Next time I'll probably think a lot more about this, but because I necessarily don't need this much money. I mean, I risked $100 to make 1,000. I mean, you can't beat this type of risk to reward. So maybe next time. Maybe like 930. Like probably like right here, $900 or something like that. Okay. We'll see if we get a rejection at 750. 870 would be the next, would be SD1. So SD1 would be just a double up basically. So the range between the 50% and the initial balance high would double up. And the 50% of that would be at 778. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna target that actually. I'm gonna target that, but I'm not gonna be foolish here. I'll take 2 orders off. Or if I bought, I have to sell actually. So I'll take the 2 off right there and I'll target my last. I have a runner targeting that last piece right there, the 50% of that. And I'll move my stop into profit here and I'll put it under 607. If I put it like right there, I'll just move my stop in the profit here. All right, so let's see. I'm targeting the 50%. I think that's pretty good. Shit, that's about like a 200, almost like a 200 point move would be, 200 points would be right there. Is your boy in the money, baby? Nasdaq is like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I shouldn't do you the way that I do you, Sherm. I want you back. I was like, I don't know, Nasdaq. She was like, just come over on Monday, take a trade. I'll give you a little bit of drawdown and we'll just go right to your target. It's like, I don't know, Nasdaq. I don't know. You've been pretty nasty to me lately, missing targets, stopping me out, and then running to my targets. Yeah, I know. But I've changed now. I want to believe you, Nasdaq. I want to believe you. This is Nasdaq Anonymous. I want to be here, but I'm not going to be where I'm not wanted. I want to be here. She said, just come over Monday. Okay. I'll be there on Monday. And look at what the Nasdaq is doing for your boy, being nice to me. But I already know this is temporary. I know that. I know this is only temporary. She's just trying to, it's like, hey, look at all this green. Look at all this green on your screen. Look at me just running to your target. Look at that. You know you want to come back. You know this feels good. You know how this feels. You're right, Nasdaq. I know how it feels. It does feel good. It does feel good. Gain weight is not short. I don't believe him. I don't believe gain weight. I don't believe him. He's long. He was just trolling. He was just trolling. There is no reason shit. As much as I fight the trend, and I'm long, there's no way that gain weight is short. That was or is. You know, I remember when Gameway first joined the stream, and I just noticed right away that he was trolling all the time. I was like, okay, yeah, he's a troll. That's fine. But Gameway was never disrespectful. He was just trolling. But then the crazy thing is, people would always take gain weight serious. People actually get mad at gain weight. It's like, dude, he's trolling. Just relax. Just relax. He's just trolling. I mean, this is what the internet is for, right? I mean, as long as you're respectful, I mean, just troll it. Hey, yo, what's up, Tommy? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, Rocket. Exactly right. Now, I mean, no. This is a news pump. We'll probably get the dump tomorrow. So just watch out for the dump tomorrow. Nasdaq, you was doing good. I don't know why you stopped. Keep going. I don't know why you stopped. Keep going. So, let me share this with you guys, man. I guess I'll talk about this again tonight, but man, so a lot of divine intervention happened this week, and I've already told you guys about the this ATOS platform and how when I finally locked in on the idea of trading footprint charts or implementing footprint charts into my system, my trade system, then all of a sudden everything lined itself up. The person that perfectly explained the concept, the platform, and the platform right now is having a discount on the lifetime license, and the lifetime license in the future will have it's going to have gamma and options and all that other stuff. So I guess it's trying to compete with deep charts, but well, it's not trying to compete. It is competing with deep charts. But for whatever reason, after I got off stream with you guys on Friday, I was on TikTok, or actually before I got on, no, it was Saturday, my bad. It was on Saturday. I was during my designated TikTok time. Man, my algorithm kept hitting me with, why are you trading minis? You should only be trading 2 micros. You should only be trading 3 micros. Why are you trading minis? I was like, dude, algorithm, why are you attacking me right now? And it went from, if you're trading a 50K account, you should not be trading more than 5 minis. 5 minis should be your max, and even 5 minis is, or not 5 minis, I apologize. 5 micros is a lot for that account. The sweet spot is 2 to 3 micros, and everybody that was saying this was like, trust me, 2 to 3 micros is all you need. I got consistent payouts. I wasn't being emotionally hijacked. My cortisol levels went down. You can have a bigger stop. Trade micros. And I had about 10 videos like that. And this is why I'm saying that this is divine intervention, because on my TikTok feed, I may get maybe 10% talking about trading. And it's about people complaining about what happened during the day. Like, oh, I got stopped out here. The Nasdaq or whatever the hell it's called. Or, you know, people trying to promote their code, which is not wrong, anything wrong with that. But that's all I get. And then all of a sudden I'm getting, you should be trading 2 micros. You should be trading 3 micros. Don't trade minis in your, why are you trading minis? So, and here it is. And then another thing is, you shouldn't be trying to top tick and bottom tick. You shouldn't be trying to top tick and bottom tick. Here I am in the middle of the range. And with 3 micros, we're about to be up. I mean, right now we're up about like $1,100-$1,200 right now. And once we get that profit target hit, we'll be up 13. With just micros. Now, obviously, I will have more with minis or a decent sized position, but I mean, this is a lot of money. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z?
According to
Yeah, right, kid, my
Iran's
bad.
Arab
I meant
News,
micros.
Pakistan formally invites Iraqi to visit Islamabad at the earliest opportunity.
Should be almost to target, baby. Now, Nasdaq, if you get to my target and you pull back,
This is following a phone call between foreign ministers of both nations that reviewed the latest developments and current situation in the region and on the international stage. You had Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar formally inviting Iraqi to Pakistan.
all right, so we've bounced off of the initial balance high. And we have, well, at least on my smaller time frame chart, we have EMA support. This is a 5-minute chart on the Nasdaq. I'm going to just start looking at the 5-minute chart because, well, I guess what I'm going to start doing is instead of trying to have
from that phone call, whether Iran's Iraqi actually accepted the invitation. What we got so far from Arab News that Pakistan formally invites Iraqi to visit Islamabad at the earliest opportunity.
So I guess I'm just going to have an adaptive chart for the most part, I'm going to stay on the 5-minute for the sake of the stream so we can see the structure alongside of the move. But we got the break of the initial balance. We got the EMA support. You can see it on the 1-minute chart. I'm looking at a smaller tick chart on another screen. So we got the break, EMA support. So that tells me that we could potentially see a bigger run here. Do not short into this move, obviously. This is a news move, and it looks like it's not stopping no time soon. Every time when President Trump says something about Iran is coming to the negotiating table, for whatever reason, the market. Well, never mind. Let me take that back. I'm taking that back. You buy the rumor and you sell the news. So the rumor is that Iran is potentially coming to the table, and the Strait of Hormuz will reopen, so global trade and energy prices can resume and go down. That's the rumor. When we finally get the news, this shit is going to probably sell. I mean, that's how you have to trade the markets: buy the rumor, sell the news. And the daily chart, we're trading above the previous high. Oh, look at that. We're almost there. We're almost there, Nasdaq. We're almost there, Nasdaq. There we go, baby. What you gonna do, Nasdaq? What you gonna do, Nasdaq? What are you gonna do? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Great trade. Great freaking trade. Congratulations on that, Z. I guess we both got our TPs hit. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations to anybody that listened to your boy Sherm today. That Sherm line right there. Oh, that's so hilarious. The Sherm line. All right. Yeah, I think so too, Rug Kid. I think so too. I just hate the fact that, well, man, I really got to change my my psychology up. I'm saying a lot of things that I shouldn't say. We caught the move, but it would have been nice if I would have caught the move in my funded account on the last day. I secured the payout, so I'm grateful to have been able to secure another payout after a 3. Not getting paid for my work, but I worked 3 weeks for free. So I'm grateful to, I muted myself. So I'm grateful that I was able to secure another payout. Instead of looking at the negative side of things, looking at the positive. But it just would have been nice if I would have been able to catch a move like this on the last day in the funded account. Because the ES, I mean, from my entry on the ES, my entry in my funded account was, I think I got in. So I bottom ticked it, but at the time I didn't know. So I just kind of, because this was the range. I guess it did sweep the range, so that was my first clue. But it could have easily come back and retested levels, and that was my biggest concern. So it basically, anyway. So my entry was the retest of the 21 EMA at 61.75. So this is kind of why I'm kind of low-key upset with myself. I'm not upset, but it's like disappointed maybe. Maybe disappointed is a better word. Low-key. Because I literally bottom ticked the move. And I took profits. I took a quick target at at the sweep of that high just to lock in the payout. So the sweep of this high, so bottom ticked it, sweep of the high for a $200 profit target just to lock in the payout. And then I locked my account and it pushes higher for my entry. So from 560, so that was like a 40-point move. Now, I wouldn't have taken this entire move. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But if I saw some momentum, I would have pushed my stop up or my profit target above the minimum, and I could have just started the trail for a little bit of extra profits. But it didn't play out that way. So, and I guess it didn't hit my profit target, so it would have hit my profit target if I let it run. So I guess I'm disappointed that I didn't let it run. I just took the minimum.
So according to Mehr News, citing Pakistani sources have announced that Minister of Interior Pakistan plans to travel to Iran within the next day or two.
So yeah, well, so looks like they had some sell icebergs here. They made an attempt to sell it. So I mean, well, I guess technically they did. Technically they did sell at these icebergs because it looks like, wow. So it pulled back to this sell iceberg perfectly and then it bounced. So I think what probably happened here is either this person, they sold right here at 95 because I think they were trying to front run 7,600. They didn't see the move that they were expecting. So they created another iceberg order so they can get out at break even right there at 95 because that's exactly where the market bounced on the ES. And now it looks like they got some buy iceberg orders right there. And it looks like they executed about 733 orders right here. $602.75. So we could possibly see the market. So if the market dips, I'll probably pay attention to how the market reacts here at 595. Yeah, I can definitely I definitely agree with that, Alfred. Because summer months supposedly is when you're going to have the least amount of volume in the market, and I guess that makes sense. If the majority of the institutions or the participants that move this market are on their yachts, on vacation, and the market is not trading with the normal amount of volume, then that's the easiest environment to move price where you need it to go. Now, as I've kind of said before, I don't believe that to be true anymore. I think at one point in time, summer price action meant something.
Of crude oil in US SPR reserve fell by 2.85 million barrels to 304.8 million barrels last week, the lowest since 1983. Again, stocks of crude oil in the US SPR fell by 2.85 million barrels to 304.8 million barrels last week, the lowest since 1983.
Yeah, so I think that at one point in time that used to mean something, but if we kind of look at the volume, the Nasdaq is trading it with 1.5 million contracts right now, and the ES is trading with almost 500,000 contracts. So I think that summertime low volume, I think that's over. The market has changed. It's over. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. So we could see a potential rejection in this area, potentially, especially if we can get the market to, or my bad, I'm looking at the ES. Let's talk about the Nasdaq. We could potentially see the market try to reject, back down to test the orb high. Maybe. We could see the market go to SD1. And then I guess potentially, we can probably see the market come all the way up here, which I do believe that this will probably be the most the market goes today. If we trade up here, I'll probably trade the 50%. All right, so I guess I'll just pay for that. Just pay for that. Once this platform locks in the gamma and stuff like that, the gamma levels, that's it. Because I was actually considering purchasing another platform that shows gamma levels for the futures. I was considering it, but because I'm about to make a big purchase, I was going to hold off on that. But now I may not have to get that because this platform is going to come up with it. So if the market comes back to 756, I'll buy some more because this market is not going up. It's not going down anytime soon. And I risk that. And I'll target that right there. So I'll risk $161 to make 4. So we can get a pullback into that 5-minute imbalance. Right back literally at that range. I think the Nasdaq already filled the gap. It's the ES that didn't fill the gap. Am I mistaken? Hold on. I thought the Nasdaq already filled the gap. Which was surprising because you said NQ didn't fill it? Interesting. What chart are you looking at, Alfred? I'm looking at my tick chart. And it's saying that the Nasdaq filled the gap already. Or at least the big gap on, or what gap are you talking about? Actually, I guess let's start there. What gap are you talking about? You talking about the gap that opened on Saturday or Sunday? Because yeah, I mean, well, yeah, this was the gap, the opening gap right here, and the Nasdaq filled that gap on the NQ right here. So right there was the gap. And then the Nasdaq filled it with that drop, and now it's pushing higher. Are you talking about another gap? Said we closed at 284. Closed at 284. What time chart are you looking at? A 3-minute? Alfred, I'm not seeing it, man. You said, hold on. So you said that we closed at 284. Okay. So this was the last. Okay. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. All right. So that was the last candle for Friday, and that's what I'm looking at right here. That's the last candle. The high of that is 1750. Okay. So I guess so to you. Okay. I think I might be filled. Not yet. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm only in 2 micro contracts, so I can have a bigger stop. So I'm going to risk. So with my rules with Nasdaq now, I'm only going to risk about 168 per trade. So regardless of how much of the position that I'm going to be in, I'm only going to risk $168 per trade. We'll see if we can get a continuation higher here. Excuse me. That shit's like crazy and all over the place. Okay. 698. 698 will be a retest of the initial balance high. But we could, this could be we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Normally, I will look for a fade of this move because we all know that breakouts fail. So I would normally look for the fade of this move, but the market is pushing higher on the rumor. Price is still above all the EMAs. Price is still well above the EMAs, so $13 minutes. 13 minutes. I don't think that even makes sense. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Because the EMAs aren't even lining up. think it'll probably be like the 2 minute or something. Yeah, it'll be like the 2 minute. All right, so yeah, like I'm saying, I'm in this trade. I was looking for the pullback. So we'll see if we can get a run back up because the market is trending. We got a strong move. We have separation. We have separation from the 21 EMA. We have the market bouncing at the 21 EMA. We would just kind of need the bulls to kind of, so this will be the first try here. So this will be the first try. If the bulls go a little bit lower and then try to push the market again, a break of that low would probably be the breaker structure, and then a pullback, and then this will be the money trade right there. That'll be your money trade right there. So we'll see what happens. But the market hasn't broken structure yet, so I guess we have to kind of trade what we see here and not what we think. It is pretty scary up here, though. Yeah, the bears, looks like the bears are just trying to sell into this move. As a recovering bear myself, I understand that moves like this just kind of goes against everything that we believe in. I know a bunch of bears right now are probably saying that we're at this support level, we're at that support level. And that's not wrong. I'm sorry, not support, resistance. We ran these highs, we're running these highs. If the market takes out this high right here, we could potentially see a squeeze. I mean, there's so many reasons to be a bear. I'm a recovering bear. Yo, they're shorting so much on the ES. It's kind of it's kind of sad to see. It's kind of like, you know, when you're in it, you don't see it. But then when you see somebody else do the same thing, it's like, why the hell is that person doing that? And it's like looking in the mirror. I mean, you really can't look in the mirror and see your flaws. For whatever reason, whoever designed humans decided that, hey, when we look in the mirror, all we see is perfection. So there ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It ain't nothing wrong with me. That's why we hate people that behave exactly like us. So it's like, ain't nothing wrong with me. But yeah. So as I'm seeing, I guess I'll give it to all the order flow people. It's crazy how when people get on the internet and say, hey, don't do this, that's just a bunch of crap. But I'm literally looking at the candles. I'm literally looking at the bear short this thing, and they're just fueling this market higher. They're just fueling it higher. And they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep trying to short this thing until we get it right. It's either the market goes down or I'm blowing my account. As crazy as that sounds, that's the mentality of being a bear. Either the market goes down or I'm blowing my account. All right, so looks like we made a great decision. That's right, ain't nothing wrong with me. I can stop when I want to. I just don't want to stop. I can stop when I want to. I just don't want to stop. Well, the safe thing to do would be to take the profits at the retest of this high. But like I said, I'm only risking $168. I just made $1,300. I'm not going to cry if I get this wrong, but I can make an additional $430 here if I'm right. But it does look like that could be potentially. Actually, let's look at the let's look at this. Let's look at Nasdaq, because I'm looking at the ES, but I'm not necessarily looking at Nasdaq. I actually haven't set up the chart for Nasdaq yet, so that's why. Okay.
So around about 8 minutes time, we get the US 3-month and 6-month bill auctions. 3-month will the US looking to sell $92 billion, and with the 6-month bill, the US is looking to sell $79 billion. Prior high yield for the 3-month of 3.815%. Prior bid cover 3-month bill 3.06. Also for the 6-month, prior high yield of 3.945%. Prior bid cover 3.12%.
Yeah, look at all that volume at 54. Like I said, I haven't gotten this set up for the ES yet or the Nasdaq. So yeah, that's definitely true. And Yogi, yeah, I feel your pain. It just sucks, man. It just sucks. Shit, the Bears finally got our release last week, the last couple of weeks, last month really. 6 years of just getting bent over, taken advantage of. Our calves now are the calves are dead now. I'm sorry, the Cubs are dead. They died from starvation because the Bulls just kept eating up our food, not letting us win at all. The last month, 6 years. We finally got that bearish price action that at first we didn't trust it. We didn't trust it at first. But once we saw that the bears were serious last month, oh yeah. But we all know that was just a pullback. We all know that this shit is just gonna run now. You look at the daily chart, it's obvious that the bear run is over. The bear run is over. It's done. We have the impulsive leg higher. This is a pullback. And we're going to probably make a measured move here. So I'm not going to be a bear for a very long time, because that right there, that leg right there, the pullback, unless the bears stop it somewhere, which is highly unlikely. This thing can run to at least 35K. That is the bears ain't going to survive that. You got all the bears that are short here that's going to get stopped out. either by force or just closing their position. You got trendline liquidity that's just going down right there. And the market is literally at that trend line. So either the bears defend this area right here and knock it down, kind of like what they're trying to do now. And someone said that my lines don't work. Look how the market's reacting at that line. Anyway, they're rejecting at that trend line on the daily chart already, man. Already. So if the bears don't hold it here.
Trump on Truth Social says Iranian leadership is unbelievably duplicitous, saying that they asked for a meeting and they would say beg, talks begin, with more scheduled in the immediate future, and they say openly and proudly that they're not having any discussions, that nothing is being talked about, and they're only dealing with Oman. Trump just says that nothing gets through to Iran without US approval. Nothing gets through to Iran unless we want it to. Again, the Iranian leadership is duplicitous.
You know, I'm not going to talk about this situation, but in a situation like this where you're asking somebody to come to the table.
Also, Trump says the Hormuz is controlled by the US Navy.
And they're playing with your time. Every time you ask me to come to the table and you bullshit, I'm going to just take something away from you. It's just going to be as simple as that. I've learned as a father of 2 daughters, young daughters, that you let them get away with some
Trump
shit.
says that we are talking with solution to a problem that Iran caused.
They look for more things that they can get away with. And that soft parenting and letting kids get away with shit, that's all they do is, oh, so I can get
Trump
away with
says
this.
Whether Iran wants to admit it or not, we are in fact talking of a solution to a problem that they've caused for decades.
I can get away with this. Let's see what else I can get away with. And they just start doing shit. And I kind of feel that this is what's happening. Now, if all these talks are true, if I was the one making the decisions every time because we agree to come to the table and you don't, there will be consequences every time. There won't be action there. I wouldn't be tweeting. I'll be pushing buttons. But that's just me. And you push enough of those buttons, they'll come to the table. They'll come. Or you don't have to come. I'll just keep pushing the button. We'll see who can last longer. At least that's how I would handle the situation. Because this back and forth, unless this is not being done intentionally, there should always be consequences for that.
Further from the headlines regarding to Anthropic being invited to the White House for tomorrow, according to sources familiar with the meeting, Anthropic is invited to the White House Tuesday to discuss AI safety testing by the US government. So, a reminder, earlier headlines were saying that the White House hosts AI companies on Tuesday to review framework that includes OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic.
Yeah, Yogi, honestly, it's
surely expecting the 6-month and 3-month bill auction data.
I agree. Especially the part where and that's why this AI scare is because China is coming in and with open source AI AI models, for whatever reason that word, okay. They're coming out with AI models that are not only more efficient, but more sophisticated than the ones that people are investing billions and trillions of dollars in. That's like the biggest scare. That's why the biggest reason is why the US won't allow China to import any electric vehicles, is because they killed Tesla. They've gotten, I think from what I've seen, majority of their vehicles on Chinese roads are electric. They got that industry locked. And I saw this documentary on China, and China is so organized. I mean, the people, I guess if you, unfortunately, you're a part of the work class in China, unfortunately, you'll probably die a mule, unfortunately. From what I've seen, it's day in, day out. You're at the factory, you're working, you're producing. If you're not producing, you're farming. Only a certain class gets to, like, I guess, business, but then they're also working. So it's like, I mean, it's China is definitely the warehouse of the world for a reason. But they have everything so organized. Like, they have districts that specializes in, so like as an example, that one district specializes in making radios, another district specializes in making saws, TVs, all kind of stuff. And this was all a part of this documentary, and I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting that they have it so organized like that. And is a reason why they can sell their things for cheap supposedly and still have a lot of money, because it's. And then I saw something else to where we have this idea that all products from China is cheap, and
3-month bill high yield of 3.75%, bid cover of 2.61. 6-month bill high rate of 3.855%, bid cover of 2.98. So the US selling $92 billion of 3-month bills and $79 billion of 6-month bills.
in that they have but so supposedly what we get is in bulk is the cheap, low quality items, but they have really great items that you can also buy for cheap, and it's high quality. It's better than what you'll probably see with an American producer or anywhere else in the world. They have it locked down over there. That's why they say that China is like 10 years into the future. They have it locked down out there. It doesn't take years for them to build bridges and fill up potholes and stuff like that. They're very efficient with their economy or their infrastructure. They're very efficient with their infrastructure. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the streamer I Show Speed. He went to China, and at least what they've shown on his stream, nice. It's nice over there. And then if you saw how Elon Musk was over there in China, and he was what's the word, amazed.
So
like
the 3-month, the US awards 10.13% of bids at high, and for the 6-month, the US awards 65.4% of bids at high.
Yeah, that's true. Tesla would probably go down, but you can saw like Elon was like a kid in a candy store. You can see that his expression, he was amazed out there in China. So yeah, China got it locked down out there. But honestly, kind of like the silver market is a paper market. I feel like at this point, I mean, we all know that the market is literally divorced from reality. It's just doing shit now. I mean, if the market was following reality right now, the Nasdaq would probably be trading at what, 10K right now. We probably would have gone back down there, but here we are at 28, 30,000. I think the high was, I mean, we reached for no reason 31,000. We, by the time Trump is probably done being president, we'll probably be at that 35, 40K, probably. But the Fed is expected to continue to raise rates, so we'll see. I think that's going to be the new news story, is that the Fed inflation is firing up again, but then they remodeled the calculation for inflation, so that's going to probably play a part in that too. But we'll see what happens. I guess all we can really do is kind of like what Alfred said, is come in day to day and I guess try our best. Yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna get to that point too. Well, with kids, you have to wait until they grow old and move out before you can start doing that, or before I can start doing that. I mean, I guess I can travel with my children, but it's just always better. Honestly, as a parent of young kids, I don't feel comfortable traveling with my kids. I prefer to keep them in one environment. I'm also thinking about homeschooling my children as well, because the school system nowadays is so horrible. These kids don't even know how to read. They don't know how to speak properly. They don't know how to comprehend. It's like these kids go to school and then they fight each other, kill each other, shoot up schools, and all kind of crazy shit. Teachers don't care anymore. They're just trying to push the kids through. So it's basically like a daycare. It's like my kid is just going to go to school and come home. Advanced class is just like regular class, like class how we grew up in. The classes that we had to take, that's advanced class nowadays. So I'm considering also doing that. Well, actually, I'm not considering it. I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do that too. Yeah. I do agree with that, Alfred. Well, I agree with it. It's just that it sucks sometimes when I want to be a bear. Like I wake up and I want to be a bear and I find reasons to be a bear. It's like, damn it, I just want to short the market, damn it. Just want to short. That's it. Okay. Well, I am out of time, but we'll see what happens because the market did sweep this high. And it looks like the market is having a hard time breaking above that session high right there. We had the break of this session, but it's hard to break above that. Sorry to see that. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks when your partner. When you and your partner don't see eye to eye, and especially when kids are involved. Because I mean, if we kind of look at this from a higher point of view, like if we're looking at what billionaires or bajillionaires do with their kids, they homeschool their kids, but from what I've seen, and this is based off of an interview, because obviously I don't know any billionaires personally, but they don't allow their kids to go to school with the normies, with the muggles, with the peasants. They only allow their kids to go to school with the children of like-minded individuals. They don't even put their kids in public school. So you have to ask yourself, what's up with that? And then this guy said something
of Iraq's state oil marketer SOMO says Iraq sold 42 million barrels of oil in July, according to an interview with local Iraqi television.
This guy says something very interesting. He says that we already teach our kids to be able to manage your kids, and when they work for them. He also added to that statement and said, we allow our kids to go to these private schools so they can begin to network. So they can network and they can build their network young. And so when they're managing your kids and your kids are working for them, they already have their network. And that's the main reason why they allow them to go to these private schools. But majority of their education is from home. And that always stuck with me. And I kind of see why. Now I see it. Because these kids are retarded nowadays. And they don't go to school. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to spell. They don't know what state that they're in. They only know the city. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that when it comes to geography, I'm not big on that. At least I know the state and city that I live in, and that's all I care about. But
Also, Somerhead says that Iraq sold 35.5 million barrels from southern ports and 7 million from the Ceyhan terminal.
but they don't know any math. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to comprehend what they read, and that's what I feel is important. And I would hate to have my children in an environment where they're trying to go there to learn, and the other kids are joking, laughing, disrupting, fighting. Yeah, I don't want that. Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I'm well over the time. Hold on. He says, yeah, if you want rich kids to stay rich, you have to keep them. Yeah, it's a mindset thing. It is a mindset thing. Coming from someone like, I mean, obviously I've already shared with you guys, I've come from poverty. And I've been running away from that shit ever since. It is a mindset. I still have some of that mindset from those days. Honestly, I had to kind of correct a lot of it. The biggest one, and it wasn't until I saw this TikTok video that made me really think about it. I know Alfred was saying this for a very long time, but I wasn't thinking about it that way until obviously somebody else said it, because you don't see your own flaws. You can't look in the mirror. But the guy said that I couldn't believe it. I made my whole entire paycheck in a week in a single session trading in these markets. And I think he said that he made about like 12K like in a month or something like that. And he was like, bruh, where I'm from, making $14 to $20 an hour, you made it. And for whatever reason, that hit home for me. That was so true. That is so true. If you made $14 to $20, you were hood rich. You were rich. And I was like, God damn. I didn't know I still had that in my code, because that's exactly true. Like, I remember when I first got my first job, I think as a welder, and like thinking back at it, it was like $14 an hour. And I was so ecstatic. I'm like, damn, I'm making $14 an hour. I'm rich. Making $1,400, baby. $14 an hour, baby. With overtime? What? Oh yeah, I'm rich. And just like Alfred said, I bought all kind of stupid shit. Stupid shit. Shoes, clothes. Got a car I couldn't afford, for real. I mean, I was living check to check, but I was making $14 an hour, baby. And that just brought me back to that. And I was like, damn, that is true. That is the mindset. I can't have conversations like that or with people that think like that anymore, because I already know that it's a mindset, it's a limiter that we put on ourselves. It's a limiter. It's still crazy because, I mean, I related to it like I'm still there. So it's crazy that I got to still kind of clean up all that quote unquote trauma, that those viruses that got installed during that time period of my life. But yeah, it wasn't until I saw that video I was like, yo, that's so crazy. And then after I heard him say that, and that's when the statement came to mind. It's like what he said was a key that opened a box. And in this box, the statement was like, why are you making trading hard? Why are you making, why do you believe that making money in the market is hard? Why do you believe that? You can literally come into the market, make $1,000 a day, and at the end of the week, you have $4,000 to $5,000. Why do you believe that? And for whatever reason, I was like, wow. I know Alpha was saying this for a while, but you know, when you get to that realization, when you cross the finish line yourself, you can lead a horse to the pond, but you can't force it to drink. Yeah, Yogi, yep. Yeah. Dude, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. Because during that time, you don't think that you're doing anything wrong. You don't think you're doing anything wrong. I mean, it's a learning experience. I mean, you know not to do that shit anymore, but you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. But all right, guys. Yeah, I'm well over time. But I do appreciate everybody that joined me this morning. We'll definitely come back later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. With that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on jabbing.